Hi, I'm here to replace my colleague Walter Couto, who was not able to come. I'm not Walter, obviously. I'm Maria da Graça Batista, and I'm here to present a much simpler paper that we did. It doesn't have the models like the ones that we've seen before. It's the COVID-19 outbreak and its impacts on tourism of the Azores region, a general overview. Okay? So we are a team, and we have a much bigger research project. But we are studying sustainability in rural areas. And using what we are studying, sustainability, that it's more and more important. It's not just a wish, but it's really a need for territories because it can improve the quality of life of populations and guarantee a future for coming generations. We thought, okay, so this was in 2020. We are studying sustainability, and SARS-CoV appeared. So, of course, SARS-CoV-2 or COVID-19 changed completely our lives. We have social dynamics that are at an unconventional level. I think no one here has ever experienced a pandemic, so this is quite new. I have a daughter, and she's 11, and she asked me in the beginning, okay, so what are we going to do now? I don't know. I never experienced that. I don't know what is going to happen. And in 2020, there were no vaccines, so people had to start adjusting their behaviors to social distancing and the massive lockdown. So what did we do? We found a research opportunity to determine the influence of SARS-CoV-2 on the Azores territory activities, as tourism is, and the impacts in regional development. So we are studying the case study. We use the case study approach. We are only studying the Azores. This is the Azores. We are here. Where are we? No, we are here. Okay. It was like we do our research. Literature review, what will be the research question, we choose a case study analysis, we design the questionnaire, we had data collection, we had data analysis, and the discussion of the results. This is quite what we do every day. We try to assess the opinion of not only the decision makers, but the public in general, so the population in the Azores and the tourist perceptions regarding this outbreak. We have a sample of 700 participants, and we implemented the questionnaire in the spring months of 2020. So it was in the beginning of not the outbreak, but the confinement. So, and we use several data analysis techniques. So this is one of the results. If you're going on holidays, what is the typology you would choose? So most people said they will be staying with family or friends in a holiday or vacation residence. Another results, what would be your accommodation selection options? Most tourism accommodation in urban environments with green spaces. But it's really followed by tourism accommodation in rural areas. And then we have another result regarding the stamp clean and safe. This is a measure, it's COVID-free or clean and safe. It's like an accreditation stamp or accreditation procedure that says that that space or that that service that is offered is free from COVID. So what they thought about this stamp, what they thought about this stamp is that it is important when choosing accommodations and restaurants. Okay? This for me is very, I would never expect that. Because I see those stamps like something that we can all have, but I always thought that it was more important than to have a COVID-free or clean and safe stamp in your business. It was more important the public policy that was used in the Azores in the beginning of the outbreak. So when people arrived, we could not close our aerial space because of the Portuguese territorial continuity. But we had planes coming just once, I believe once a day. And everybody was tested, and everybody had to go to an hotel and stay there for 15 days before they came out. But then it was changing as the pandemic was also changing. But I believe this policy of preventing people to how can I say, to be in the community before being tested 3 times was much more effective than to have a stamp and say that my restaurant is COVID-free. Is it COVID-free? Because of what? Because they follow the rules that the government imposed. But I can be seated in a table next to someone that sneezes and he has COVID. So the restaurant is COVID-free, but I can still get COVID. So this is a result that for me is not, I was not expecting this. This is quite not really expected. We also did a factorial analysis using the Varimax rotation, and we had 5 components. The first one is related to the importance of social isolation. The second one, the search for cheaper travel options, and maybe not far from home. We can see in the Azores that people started going more often to the other islands. So it's closer to home, but it will be another type of holiday. The third one is security, to be safe from COVID. The fourth, repercussions of SARS-CoV-2 on our holidays, and how much you're going to spend, the fifth component, how much you're going to spend compared to what you'd spent on the year before, 2019. So this is general conclusions. Okay, we obviously witnessed a decline in economic activity. The consumption had decreased due to lockdowns. The population income has decreased. We had people that lost their jobs. People were on how do you say that? On that you just work like 2 mornings a week. We had a deceleration in production because demand was dropping. Some workers stayed at home and others started working in teleworking options. So the investment on those days, those times was very scarce. This is what we all know. So, and we all know that tourism is a very dynamic activity, and it has a very significant potential globally to growth. This is a sector that is recognized for the benefits it represents for countries, mostly for emerging economies. We have this in Portugal, but in a smaller and poorer region as the Azores, it's even more important. So it is also able to promote and strengthen international relations that generate foreign exchange, create more jobs, and it can be used as a catalyst for regional development. Okay, what are the major conclusions? The COVID-19 free or clean and safe stamp is what our respondents most agree on. It's important to have this, to disseminate this information. The lowest level of agreement came in relation to the item, I will avoid air travel in the future. So people still consider traveling, they will not stop traveling, and they have some confidence about how the situation is being held. Around 22.3% of our respondents showed that they were willing to pay more to have a safer holiday. So the security dimension is really important to the tourism sector these days. And again, the clean and safe stamp when choosing accommodations, restaurants, as well as the destination to visit. We also conclude that there were huge repercussions of SARS-CoV-2. Of course there were. We never experienced that. No one knew what to do. What could we compare to? The Spanish flu in early 20th century. So these repercussions were on the holiday options, the social isolation issues. We had a lot of difficulty in the beginning to follow social isolation rules, and we used to greet people with kisses and with hugs and with everything, and then people were going to, and they then retract. So it took a long time, and today it's the reverse. So we are now used to have people far, and when people come here near you, our bubble was really enlarged. So now we are trying to reduce it to the levels that it was before. So over the region development of a territory, obviously, is very linked with the tourism sector and with this social economic alterations that happen. Okay. So I thank you for your attention. I hope it was not boring. Okay.